and that was super inspiring. I thought I was super lucky to have her in during
a little bit of that rivalry, going. It's
a whole new arena. It's like old champions kind of who competed at the.
Oh, pick the other one, please.
Tennis world is in uproar as Steffi Graf makes a shocking declaration about Alex Eala, sending shockwaves through the WTA tour. Welcome back to Champions Tennis, the go-to source for the hottest rumors and the hardest-hitting truths from the ATP and WTA circuits. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. You won't want to miss today's scoop. What we're about to discuss is set to shake the very foundations of women's tennis. A collision of generations, a passing of the torch, and a power move that no one saw coming. Grab your popcorn, because the queen of the court herself, the legendary Steffi Graf, has stepped out of the shadows not just to greet the crowd, but to make a statement that could change the game entirely. Rumors have been swirling for weeks, whispering through locker rooms and lighting up message boards from Manila to Munich. But today the chatter has become a full-blown sensation. Sources claim that Steffi Graf has made waves in the tennis world by personally deciding to sponsor the Filipino prodigy Alex Eala for an astonishing 5-year period. Yes, the woman who spent 377 weeks as world number 1 has reportedly surveyed the rising stars the Mirandrias, Coco Gauffs, and singled out the pride of the Philippines, declaring, "She is the only and brightest diamond of the young tennis generation." That isn't just a compliment, it's a coronation. But why is this such a seismic moment? To grasp the impact, you have to understand who Steffi Graf is. She isn't merely a former player, she is a Golden Slam winner, famously private, and someone who doesn't casually lend her name or presence to just anyone. Her endorsement carries weight, and now the tennis world is watching closely as a new generation potentially rises under her spotlight. When Steffi Graf speaks, the tennis world listens, and her reported 5-year sponsorship of Alex Eala is unprecedented. This move instantly elevates the 20-year-old Filipino star to an entirely new level. No longer is Eala just a promising junior or regional talent. With Graf's backing, she is now being marked as the chosen one. Picture the scenes behind closed doors. Alex Eala, who has been honing her skills at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, absorbing the clay court wisdom of the king of clay himself, already possesses grit, a lefty forehand that whips like a scorpion's tail, and the work ethic of a Spartan. Now, with the tactical genius of Graf potentially guiding her, this endorsement signals to sponsors, tournament directors, and rivals alike that Alex Eala is the real deal. It's like having Michael Jordan co-sign a rookie basketball player. It instantly changes the energy and expectations. And the timing couldn't be more perfect, as her current stats and results suggest she is ready to make her mark on the global stage at Champions Tennis. We've seen 2025 become the year Alex Eala transformed from a girl with potential into a woman with power. Her recent performance at the Southeast Asian Games in Thailand perfectly illustrates this rise. The pressure was enormous. She wasn't just playing for herself, but for a nation that has long worshipped basketball and boxing, now quickly embracing tennis thanks to her impact. Stepping onto the courts in Bangkok, Eala carried a target on her back as the highest-ranked player in the draw, with everyone eager to take her down. Yet she delivered a masterclass, dismantling the competition and facing home favourite Mananka Sawini in the final. Despite Sawini having the crowd, the heat, and local momentum on her side, Alex remained ice-cold, crushing her 6-1, 6-2. It wasn't just a match, it was a statement, a controlled display of dominance that signalled Eala's arrival as a true force in women's tennis. That gold medal wasn't just a piece of metal around Alex Eala's neck, it was proof that she can thrive under the suffocating weight of national expectation. And while most players might take a well-earned vacation, Eala immediately jet-set to Macau for the MGM Macau Tennis Masters, rubbing shoulders with elite ADP stars like Jack Draper. This is the level she now competes at, and looking ahead to 2026, she's already confirmed for the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open. Her schedule is packed, the frequent flyer miles are stacking up, and the intensity of competition is only rising. This context makes the Steffi Graf news even more monumental. Alex is on the cusp of breaking into the top 50, a mental barrier she has now shattered. She knows she belongs, but the jump from top 50 to top 10 is the toughest climb in sports, a death zone where only the mentally strongest thrive. Graf's backing could be exactly the catalyst Eala needs to make that leap. To survive at the top of women's tennis, You need more than just a powerful forehand, you need mental armor. And who better to provide that than Steffi Graf, the woman who stared down legends like Martina Navratilova and Monica Seles. If Graf is indeed guiding Alex Eala's career over the next 5 years, we could be witnessing a master plan to mold her into a future Grand Slam champion. Consider the tactical potential. Graf's legendary slice backhand, combined with Eala's natural lefty advantage on serve and cross-court angles, could create a level of variety that sets up her blistering forehand and confounds the power hitters of the modern tour. Opponents like Aryna Sabalenka and Coco Gauff would suddenly face a dangerous new variable they didn't account for. But beyond the court, there's the off-court drama. What does this mean for the other golden girls of the generation? One can't help but wonder if jealousy is brewing in locker rooms, as top-ranked juniors from Europe and the US, who may have once seen themselves as the next big thing, now watch a new contender rise with the legendary Graf at her side. Suddenly, the German legend bypasses her usual circles to fly halfway across the world and sponsor a girl from the Philippines, creating a narrative and a rivalry that will follow every step of Alex Eala's career. Every time she steps on the court, she isn't just Alex, she is Graf's protege, and opponents will be motivated to beat her just to prove the legend wrong. Beyond the drama, the commercial potential is immense. Eala is already a marketing dream, articulate, graceful, and representing a tennis-hungry Southeast Asian market. With Graf's endorsement, sponsorships from shoes and watches to possibly luxury cars could pour in. Graf's diamond comment wasn't just poetic, it was prophetic, signaling the durable, brilliant brand Alex is building. And the 5-year commitment underscores the seriousness of this partnership. In tennis, 5 years is a lifetime by then. Alex will be 25, entering the prime of her career. This isn't a short-term PR stunt. It's a legacy project, suggesting mentorship through slumps, injuries, heartbreaks, and triumphs, a commitment that goes far beyond writing a check. Can you imagine the cameras panning to the box at Wimbledon and seeing Steffi Graf, sunglasses on, stoic as ever, nodding as Alex Eala hits a winner? The internet would explode. Twitter, or X, would melt down. Graf's presence alone could add an aura worth 15 points a match. Ella's connection to the Rafa Nadal Academy adds another layer. She has Rafa's fighting spirit, his vamos attitude, and now, with Graf's elegance and ruthlessness, she's combining two of the greatest mentalities in tennis history. Nadal's resilience and Graf's perfectionism together could create a player capable of more than just a top 10 ranking, potentially a future world number 1. Yet the pressure is monumental. Being called a diamond is flattering, but diamonds are forged under pressure. Eala has already handled regional pressure at the SEA Games, but global scrutiny and living up to Graf's name is a different challenge. Many prodigies have crumbled under similar expectations, yet Eala feels different, grounded, patient, and focused on mastery over fame. It's likely exactly why Graf chose to mentor her. Graf was never about the glitz, she was about the tennis, and real recognizes real. The Filipino fanbase is legendary, loud, passionate, and incredibly supportive online. Any post about Alex Eala is flooded with Philippine flags, and with this news, that Pinoy pride is set to go nuclear. Graf has just become perhaps the most popular German in the Philippines ever. Beyond fandom, this is a smart move for tennis globally, expanding the sport's reach into Asia in a big way. While players like Aina have made waves in China, Eala could do the same for Southeast Asia. Graf understands this, combining her tennis wisdom with sharp business acumen. Yet critics might ask, is this too much pressure for a 20-year-old? Could mentorship from a legend overshadow Ella's own development? It's a valid concern, as some mentors have stifled young talent before. But Graf has never been suffocating. She stepped away from the limelight to raise her family, and is not driven by attention. If she is stepping in, it's because she genuinely believes she can help, not because she wants to steal the spotlight. That distinction is crucial. Graf's involvement isn't about stealing the spotlight. And let's circle back to that diamond quote. She is the only and brightest diamond of the young tennis generation. The context is a mystery. Did Graf say it at a private dinner, in a boardroom with sponsors, or whisper it to Andre Agassi while watching Eala on TV? That mystery adds to the allure, framing Eala not just as an athlete, but as a rare treasure. In a world of carbon copy baseliners, Graf sees a sparkle in Eala that others might miss. Perhaps it's her court vision, her lefty spin, or her heart. As we look toward the 2026 season, this storyline will dominate every draw Eala enters. Commentators will be talking about the Graf connection, Here comes the diamond. Even exhibition matches in Macau and Abu Dhabi suddenly feel more significant. Every detail, racket changes, tactical shifts, increased aggression, or slicing will be analyzed to detect the Graf effect. And the financial impact is just as critical. Tennis is expensive, with coaching, travel, physiotherapy, and hotels burning through cash. For a young Southeast Asian player, that burden can be the biggest obstacle. Graf's sponsorship removes it, allowing Eala to hire top physios, travel comfortably, and stay in the best hotels, leveling the playing field, and giving her every chance to succeed. Graf's sponsorship also levels the playing field against the wealthy federations of the US and Europe. It removes the anxiety of "can I afford to go to this tournament?" and replaces it with "how do I win this tournament?" And that freedom is priceless. Looking at the bigger picture, women's tennis in 2025 sits at a fascinating crossroads. Established superstars like Iga Swiatek dominate clay and hard courts, racking up Grand Slam titles with ease. The Eastern European power duo of Aryna Sabalenka and Elena Rybakina bring explosive firepower, while the American contingent, led by Coco Gauff, has already claimed a US Open title at just 20 and is hungry for more. But the tour is also craving diversity, not just in playing style, but in geographic representation. Tennis is a global sport, and the rise of players from non-traditional tennis nations adds storylines, flavor, and millions of new fans. When Chinese players like Lina won the French and Australian Opens, China went tennis crazy, building courts and attracting sponsors. The same could happen with Eala, and the Philippines potentially even bigger, thanks to the massive and widespread Filipino diaspora. Filipino communities span the globe, from nurses in New York to engineers in Dubai, from domestic workers in Hong Kong to doctors in London, and they are fiercely proud of their heritage. When Manny Pacquiao fought, the entire Philippines stopped. Streets emptied, businesses closed, and everyone gathered to watch their hero. Alex Eala has the potential to become the tennis version of that phenomenon. With Steffi Graf's endorsement, she is no longer just the Philippines champion, she is a legitimate global threat. Tactically, Graf's influence could be a game changer. Modern women's tennis has become somewhat predictable, focusing heavily on power, hitting harder, serving faster, and overpowering opponents. Graf's game, however, was different. While she could hit with force, her style combined elegance, variety, and intelligence, and that approach could revolutionize how Eala plays against the power-driven tour. Graf's game was devastating, but it was her slice backhand that truly set her apart, a shot so effective it was like a cheat code, keeping the ball low, disrupting rhythm, and setting up winners. Today, when so many players camp out on the baseline, waiting to crush balls, imagine facing someone who can constantly vary height, spin, and pace. It's like trying to hit a knuckleball in baseball. Eala already has a natural advantage as a lefty, a superpower in tennis, since only about 10% of players are left-handed. Opponents are unaccustomed to the angles and spins she produces, and adding Graf's tactical brilliance to that makes a recipe for upsets. Eala could soon be taking out top 20 players not by overpowering them, but by outsmarting them. Tennis is chess at 100 miles per hour, and Graf was a grandmaster. On top of that, the mental game is crucial. Graf thrived under extreme pressure, and her guidance could help Eala develop the same resilience, preparing her for the high-stakes battles at the top of the sport. Graf faced immense pressure during her career, expectations from the German media, the weight of a tennis-loving nation, and personal challenges, including her father's legal troubles that would have broken most people. Yet she kept winning and showing up. That mental fortitude, the ability to compartmentalize and focus, is what separates the good from the great. If Graf can teach Eala to handle the noise, bounce back from losses, and come back stronger after defeats, we could be looking at a player capable of dominating an era, not just cracking the top 10. Now, there's the question of whether this sponsorship deal is real. In the age of social media rumors, healthy skepticism is necessary. Neither Graf nor Eala has made a public announcement, no press conference, no Instagram reveal. But where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Multiple sources are reporting specifics, the 5-year timeline, the diamond quote, that are unlikely to be fabricated. The leak could be strategic, testing public reaction, ironing out contract details, or aligning with Graf's preference for quiet, behind-the-scenes mentorship that lets results speak for themselves. Regardless of official confirmation, the mere association of Graf's name with Eala is already creating impact, drawing sponsor attention and sparking global tennis buzz. Attention matters in professional tennis, And everyone is paying attention: tournament directors, sponsors, and most importantly, other players. Perception can be almost as powerful as reality. If opponents believe Alex Eala has Graf in her corner, they'll prepare differently, scout more carefully, and respect her game more. Over the next 12 months, the potential impact of this partnership could be enormous. The 2026 Australian Open looms, and if Eala shows up with visible ties to Graf training in Germany beforehand, or having Graf in her box during qualifying rounds, the narrative writes itself. Even an early round loss would plant the seed. But imagine the bigger scenario. Eala reaches the main draw, or wins a round or two, drawing media attention, primetime matches, and sponsor interest. The clay court season could be transformative. With her Rafa Nadal Academy foundation enhanced by Graf's clay court expertise, Eala could make deep runs in Madrid, Rome, and Roland Garros, signaling that the Graf influence is real. Graf's season brings further intrigue. Graf's 7 Wimbledon titles reflect her mastery of the surface, and the knowledge she imparts could turn Eala into a true all-surface threat. The psychological impact on her opponents would be immense, and the business side is equally significant. The Philippines' growing economy, young population, and rising disposable income could drive tennis equipment sales, academy enrollments, and tournament attendance, amplifying Eala's impact on and off the court. If Eala continues her rise, companies that invest early in sponsoring her or tennis initiatives in the Philippines stand to benefit enormously. Steffi Graf, married to Andre Agassi, someone who knows a thing or two about building a brand, understands this perfectly. This isn't just about creating a better player. It's about building a tennis empire in Southeast Asia with Eala as the figurehead. Similar patterns have happened in other sports. When Yao Ming entered the NBA, China became obsessed with basketball, driving merchandise sales and TV ratings through the roof. Naomi Osaka's dominance sparked a tennis boom in Japan. But Eala's situation could be even bigger. The Filipino diaspora is global and deeply integrated into communities everywhere in healthcare, tech, service industries, and more. When Eala plays, it's not just the Philippines watching. It's Filipinos across America, Europe, the Middle East, and Australia. That's a massive, engaged, passionate audience sponsors dream about. Graf, with decades of experience in tennis business and marketing, clearly understands this potential and the strategic impact of her endorsement. Graf and Agassi, through the highly successful Andre Agassi Foundation, understand the power of grassroots development, inspiring the next generation, and building sustainable tennis ecosystems. This partnership with Eala could be the opening move in a larger strategy to grow tennis in Asia, with Graf and possibly Agassi providing expertise, funding, and mentorship to develop players, tournaments, and infrastructure throughout the region. Eala becomes not just a player, but a symbol of proof of concept that with the right support, Asian players can compete at the highest levels. Yet there's also pressure on Graf herself. By publicly declaring Eala the only and brightest diamond of the young tennis generation, she stakes her credibility on Eala's success. If Eala struggles, gets injured, or fails to improve, critics could question Graf's judgment. But if Eala rises to the top, wins a Grand Slam, or breaks into the top 10, Graf's legacy grows. She becomes not just a tennis legend, but a master mentor and kingmaker who had the vision to identify and cultivate talent that others overlooked. That potential to elevate Graf's legacy is powerful. So where does this leave us? We are at a fascinating moment in tennis history. A young, hungry, and talented player from a non-traditional tennis nation is on the cusp of breaking through. And one of the greatest players of all time may be fully investing in her development. Commercial interests, national pride, and the future direction of women's tennis all converge in this story, creating a narrative that transcends sport and becomes a cultural moment. The next few months will be critical. Fans and analysts will watch for official announcements, scrutinize Eala's performance for signs of the Graf effect, and monitor social media for sightings or hints of their collaboration. Most importantly, Eala's ranking will be the ultimate indicator. Rapid ascents and wins against higher-ranked opponents will signal that something special is happening. Tennis's brutal honesty: just you, your opponent, and the court ensures there is no hiding. Mentors and endorsements can guide you, but ultimately, execution during play is what proves whether a partnership is truly transformative. Alex Eala has already shown she has the talent and mental strength to compete at high levels. But the question now is whether Graf's guidance can unlock that next gear, the championship level, that separates the very good from the all-time greats. One thing is certain: the tennis world is watching. When someone of Steffi Graf's stature makes even a rumored move, attention follows whispers in locker rooms, speculation among coaches, excitement among fans, all building towards something momentous. Whether this becomes a feel-good story of mentorship and success, or a cautionary tale about pressure remains to be seen. The 2026 season is shaping up to be Eala's breakthrough year. Her gold medal in Thailand was just the appetizer. The Graf news is the main course, and Eala is the chef cooking something special. Fans are encouraged to weigh in. Is Alex Eala truly the brightest diamond of her generation? Or is the pressure too much? Whose corner would you rather have, Graf or Serena Williams? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the Champions Tennis community reads every single one. If you're loving this deep dive into the latest tennis news, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join a community that celebrates the sport, the drama, and the players. This is a developing story, and Champions Tennis will cover every update from Graf appearing in Eala's box to new Graf-inspired kits. History is being written. The diamond age of Alex Eala has officially begun, and Steffi Graf has just cut the ribbon. Keep your eye on the ball, because the stars are rising, and Champions Tennis will be there for every thrilling moment.